Aloha, my friends and family out there in the online world. It is an absolutely beautiful day. Look at that sun. It is just radiantly shining. We're at such a powerful time today as we gear up for the solstice on December 21st, and the light is getting vibrant and bright. And I don't know if you know this about the solstice, but it is when the sun comes to this very specific point and it sort of hangs out there for about 3 days. So the energy of the solstice, both in June and in December, two of the most powerful, potent solar activation points of the entire year. I think it really has a lot to do with why we all feel, and I think we all feel there's a certain magic at this time of year. The holidays, there's this coming together, the gathering of the family. But for thousands of years, from ancient times till now, people have been drawn by this energy to celebrate life, to come together in this spirit of unity, this spirit of love. And so I'm super excited to be here with you today. I just got off an amazing meditation activation call, and it is so powerful, so potent, so beautiful that I really just wanted to share some of that energy with all of you. And I'm just excited to begin to share more about what is happening up in the stars, the planets, the constellations. What is happening? Why might it be affecting us? What might be going on? And how might it be affecting you personally at this time of just so much light coming onto our earth? So again, December 21st, of course, is going to be solstice, this day of solar connection with earth, where the sun, literally the earth and the sun just kind of hang out for this 3-day period. And it's just like this pause. I call it like a collective pause to get really in touch and in tune with the soul, with the vibrant light of the soul, which then leads into Christmas, right? A time of sharing, giving gifts, celebrating family, celebrating that connection that is so deep, the soul. That is the light that shines so bright within each and every single one of us. So as an astrologer, from an astrological perspective, looking at the stars at this time of the year is one of the most exciting things to do, because of course the hours of darkness are longer. And so we have more opportunity to gaze up at the stars, to sit by the fireplace and just get in touch with our visions, get in touch with what we want to be creating in 2023, what's close to our heart, what's bringing joy and excitement for us to move forwards. So I wanted to share with you the chart for today and just kind of go into what's happening on an astrological level. I will say up front that the information I'm going to share with you is going to be very different from mainstream astrology, and that is because I practice True to the Stars 13 sign astrology. It's different from regular astrology by 3 ways. Number one, it is based on the actual location of the stars in the sky, whereas contemporary, more widely known Western astrology is based on where the stars were 2,000 years ago. And so because of precession, there's a slight movement, wobble in the earth. And so you add 1 degree for every 72 years. Thus, where the ancients, the Western astrologers, placed the zodiacs and constellations has moved 24 degrees in our relation to it. And so that changes where each sign begins and ends. So sidereal astrology, you may have heard this before. That's one thing that is different with True the Stars astrology. Number 2 is that Western mainstream astrology says that it takes the sun and all the planets 30 days to move through each sign. Well, the truth of the matter is each constellation, each zodiac sign from Aries to Taurus to Gemini, Cancer, Virgo, Leo, has its own time for the sun to move through it. So Virgo takes 46 days for the sun to move through it. Aries takes 25. So the constellations are all different sizes. So I factor that in. I use a program that I purchased, software, so that I could do these charts for you. And I also include the magic of the 13th sign, Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is this magical constellation that was ignored for thousands of years that has just emerged back onto the world stage 5 or 6 years ago from NASA. And it's all about the return of the divine feminine. Ophiuchus represents that divine Shakti, the mystery, the magneticism, the power of women as leaders, guides, teachers, sacred initiates who have sacred knowledge, right? Because for thousands of years, women have been seen as maybe not those teachers and leaders or guides, but maybe below the teacher and leader and guide. And so Ophiuchus is really challenging that with the energies it represents and holds, and saying, yes, women are as powerful, as strong, as magical as teachers and guides and masters of sacred knowledge as men are. And in fact, the true magic is in the unifying of our masculine and feminine forces. And so that is what Ophiuchus really teaches and expresses and shares. And there's a reason I'm talking so much about Ophiuchus today, the 13th sign, because glory be, in the zodiac right now, the sun is shining through Ophiuchus, through the last 2 degrees of Ophiuchus. So I wanted to share with you all the chart for today. And let's just talk a little bit about it. I know you may not understand what it says, right? But what does it mean? So up here is called the sun. This is the sun in Ophiuchus. So 11 degrees. Look at this. So this is Scorpio. That's what most people know is going on from about until November 21st. And then everyone is told that the sun moves into Sagittarius, right? But in True the Stars, Sidereal Astrology, 13 sign system, actually the sun moves into Ophiuchus on December 1st. And so you go from Scorpio to Ophiuchus December 1st, and December 18th, 19th is the last day of Ophiuchus, which is when we'll go into Sagittarius. So we're still in Ophiuchus. We're still in the magical, mysterious initiate window. They talk about Scorpio being this intense, magnetic, attractive sign. And I agree. The sign of the scorpion, the sign of the phoenix, the sign of the eagle transforming everything. But also, what is Ophiuchus then? If it comes between Scorpio and Sagittarius, what is Ophiuchus all about? Ophiuchus is where Scorpio is the investigator, loves to dig deep into mystery and explore it and ask questions. Ophiuchus is the energy of mastery, right? The mastery of the mystery, not just the mystery, but like the spiritual practices, teachings, knowledge, and information of the great mystery that secret mystery schools would study. And so Ophiuchus to me really represents the initiate who, after the turbulence of transformation and depth and intensity of Scorpio, takes all of that information and then is like, you know what? I want to master this. I want to take this information to the next level. I want to go deeper into the mystery, and I want to learn how to wield the power of the mystery in alignment. This is very important, in alignment with source, in alignment with nature, in alignment with the good of humanity. Because if we do not wield the mystery in alignment with source, guess what? That's when everything backfires. So those of us who are keyed in, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, as they say, have learned time and time again that when we align to the spiritual truth and we actualize, we utilize it, and we activate it with intention, is when the magic can flow in harmony with the great flow of life. And thus we can create from this magnified, empowered, lit up space. So Ophiuchus to me is the initiate, the shaman, those who utilize their power for good. If they use it for good, everything flows. If they use it for bad, of course, everything backfires and goes against the plan. So that's really, I think, the choice in Ophiuchus is we start having ancient knowledge arise. We have depth We have awareness. Sometimes the awareness during Ophiuchus can be incredibly strong, incredibly potent, but that's part of the power. And the reason Ophiuchus is this great initiate is because here in Sagittarius, as the Earth starts to move closer to the sign of Sagittarius in the sky, as the sun starts to go through the sign of Sagittarius, there's an incredible point called the galactic center in our solar space, in the sky, in the outer space, let's say. And this galactic center is said to be the origin of, I mean, galactic center. It just, the very name tells you, keys you into the power and the potency of this point. And so as you get into Sagittarius, right around this line is when we're activating that galactic center. It's like the great mystery. So anyone or everyone who is born during this time, especially today, in the next couple of days, is going to have an access to this incredible potency of the galactic center. Maybe they're a teacher, maybe they're a guide, maybe they're a channel, because they are tuned in, tapped in, turned on to this powerful source energy, the galactic center. It's really incredible energy. So today, with the sun being aspecting that galactic center, what an incredible day for meditation, for setting intention, for tuning into your greatest soul self and just allowing that frequency, that vibration to radiate through you, to radiate throughout your being. So I had to jump on here and tell you that, today is a magical day. It's an activated day right before the solstice, right before the sun is going to move into the expansive, freedom-loving, joy-promoting Sagittarius energy. Today's a great day to meditate, to drop in. We're going to have the new moon on December 23rd, and that is going to be a great time for intention setting, a great time to tune in to your path, to tune into your purpose, to really set your vision and your intention for January 2023, for the whole next year. So I would really actually like to host a party on the new moon. So if anyone's interested in joining this new moon party by donation, please message me. I'm happy to have you join in, but it's going to be an intention setting, just activation, connection, gathering, and I'll create the event so y'all could sign up if you would like to. I'm really excited for this. And I've had people come to these new moon intention settings and with an intention, this is their goal, this is their vision. I said, okay, in the next 2 weeks, in the next 6 months, in the next year, how long do you want it to be? Okay, the next 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks' time at the full moon, which is the day of blossoming, the day of emerging, the day where whatever our intention that we seed rises up from the fertile soil of our imagination, that is when the thing will emerge physically. And so sure enough, they set their intention and the thing they'd wished for came through right on the full moon. This has happened multiple times. So if you'd really like to activate your creation power with the power of lots of others holding space and setting intention with you, then please join me. It's going to be on Friday, the 23rd. And ideally during the daytime, so we can get that beautiful solar light, depending on where you are in the world, of course, that will change things. But I'm really excited to host this meditation, to go inside, to set your intention, to get activated by the light. So I believe it will be at 11 o'clock next Friday, Friday the 23rd. Really super excited to have you on board. Let's look at some other things. So Venus, the planet of love, Mercury, the planet of communication, Pluto, the planet of transformation, all in Sagittarius today, which is all about freedom. It's the sign I relate most deeply to Santa Claus. So depending on your chart and what your rising sign is will determine how these planets, what houses of your life it's affecting. Is it affecting your career? Is it affecting your relationship? Is it affecting your finances? Is it affecting your family life? What area of your life? The sun is so bright, but I thought that would be powerful to share with you all. What area of your life are the planets affecting you? And so that's why I do readings, because, sometimes things are happening in our life. We're trying to figure out why. And if we look at the astrology chart, oh my gosh, sure enough, there's the sun in your seventh house of partnership. You met the love of your life. Oh my God, right? Or the Jupiter is in your second house, the money house, and all of a sudden you have a windfall of money. Or on the inverse, maybe there's a challenge. Maybe you have Saturn aspecting the money house, and that can mean, okay, well, I'm feeling a little bit of restriction with finances. I'm feeling a little bit of, what's happening here. And so it's like, okay, well, now is the time you have to get really focused. You need to like get structured, disciplined. What do you need to do to make your finances more orderly? That sort of thing, right? Or maybe you have Venus in the house of family and you just had a baby girl, right? So that, or the house of children, and you have Venus there, that could mean, and you just had a baby girl, and that would totally line up with what's happening in your chart. So I am blown away 100 times, like every single time, with when I look at someone's chart and what is happening in the sky and the life events that are happening in their life and their world that line up, match up. So if you have any curiosity to know how the current astrological planets in the sky are affecting you personally in your chart, please reach out. I'm happy to do a mini session with you to see, well, how is the astrology affecting my chart right now? How is it going to be affecting it over the next year? I do have those sessions available for prediction and for predicting, what's going to be happening in your life today, the next week, in the next month, in the next year. And it's really powerful information. So please reach out if you're curious to learn more. And the moon today, the sign of emotion, is in Virgo. And Virgo is all about emotion. It's all about intuition. It's all about feeling. It's related to the mom. It's related to nourishment. It's related to love. It's related to connecting to your emotional nature and healing. And, I think of like sitting by the fire with a hot bowl of soup, or a mama cradling a baby, right? That moon energy, that lunar energy, that emotional energy. And in the sign of Virgo is about health. It's about the body, the physical form. It's about yoga, diet, exercise. What does it take to live a very aligned life? And the bird had something to say, huh? So what is calling for alignment in your life, in your body, in your diet, your nutrition? Maybe you want to spend more time with herbs or food, or working with the plants, or working with animals. Today is a good day to connect to the earth, to garden, to go on a walk, to pick a bouquet, to maybe make a wreath for decorating your home, getting ready for the solstice, getting ready for the light to come more and more into our life. Because as we know, the solstice is the shortest day of the year. And from there, the light's only going to grow bigger and brighter all the way up until the solstice in June, which is going to be full sun, full brightness, right? So today, I just really want to honor and celebrate the last couple degrees of Ophiuchus, the 13th sign, which in our world has really been hidden, right? I mean, a lot of people don't even know about this 13th sign. And it really represents the divine feminine. It represents the hidden Shakti that's been, suppressed on so many levels and layers in our society. And yet it is time for this return of the beautiful divine feminine, the goddess, the feminine energy. And I spent the last couple months really getting in tune with how can I connect to my own feminine energy, my own Shakti, my own goddess energy, and truly embody that in the next year, and then 2023, in business and home and family and relationship, and really calling that in, really calling in that connection to the divine feminine, to the goddess, to the feminine energy of intuition, of emotion, of feeling, of femininity. So I spent all last year working on creating this astrology business, and over the last couple of months, really realizing that I had been doing it from a more masculine place of getting it done, and getting clients, and I got to this place where I was like, I'm done with this. I don't want to be creating from the masculine do anymore. My heart really opened up, and I really got into this place of, I want to be of service and give my gifts and share the information I have to share from a space of love, from a space of connection to myself and to the beauty of this life. I mean, look at that sun. I mean, Zoom can barely handle that vibrant light through there, but I just had to share it with you because I think that vibrant light is what really it's all about. You know, that beautiful light that's in each of us, that's in you, that's in me. And so, yes, I do read astrology charts. I have this information to share with you, but truly the gift of all readings or all connection is from the heart, and to really allow our true nature to come through. And the purpose of a reading is to get in touch with our heart, to get in touch with our soul guidance. And more than anything, that is the gift that I want to share with you is how I can facilitate that connection for you to get in touch with your heart, to get in touch with your purpose, and really calling out to women this year, really feeling called to work with women around purpose and around how to craft your business and do your life from a more feminine place where we're balancing our career and our feminine nature that needs times for rest, that needs time for reflection, that needs estrogen time, right? With other women, we need connection. We need to talk about our feelings and our emotions. And so really starting to come up with and create ideas for ways as women we can come together and gather, learn about astrology, learn about how it's affecting us, but do it from a place of a full cup. We're nourishing ourselves, we're connecting with each other. And one way I found to really bring this feminine energy into my life and structure my work and my career with it and my family life is by noticing the cycles of the moon. And that the moon cycles, especially as women, because it can affect our menstrual cycles so much. Most of us have our menstrual cycles on the new moon or the full moon usually. And how having that cycle really does affect our mood, our energy, what types of activities are nourishing for us and what activities are a little less nourishing and nurturing because of our cycle. And so just as a holiday gift to you ladies, I wanted to share with you one really incredible life hack or life focus around how to structure our career, our business life, our work, our presentations, and our getting out there in the world. And that is by following the moon cycle. And so what I've learned is that about 3 days before our menstrual cycle and about 3 to 5 days after, depending how long the cycle is a time where we go more inward, right? It's a time where our energy is more internal. And so I heard from an amazing business coach and also from an Ayurvedic practitioner that for women, especially when we have businesses and we're getting out there, we're talking to lots of people and we're sharing our gift with the world, that the best time to do our presentations is right after, so probably about a week after our menstrual cycle, as we begin to build our energy back up. Depending on if you have this at the new moon or full moon is going to vary for every woman. But really timing when you go out into the world, when you present with your cycle and with the cycles of the moon. So the moon right now is in a time where it's went from really big, right? We had the full moon a couple weeks ago, and now it's getting smaller and smaller. It's waxing. It's waning. It's growing smaller. And so as that moon gets smaller and smaller to the new moon, it's like the most internal time of the month. We're going more and more internal. Now, if you have your cycle on the new moon, then that totally matches your energy because you're going to be going more and more internal, have your cycle at the new moon, more internal, and then you'll start growing again, building up that lining again to the full moon, which will be full expression time. However, so many of us are dealing with, lights and computers and just so much EMF interference with our connection to nature and stress and so much to deal with that a lot of us have had our cycles go to the full moon. And the full moon time is the more external time. But if we have our cycle at that time, guess what? We're just going to be more internal, even if we're feeling that external pull. our bodies are going to go more internal. So this is definitely more a message for women. If any guys are out there watching, thanks for learning about us, though. Thanks for being here. So if your cycle is at the full moon, you're going to want to be more internal. And then as the moon goes to new, so if your cycle is at the full moon, you're going to want to gear up for presentations and going out in the world more at the new moon. Whereas if your cycle's at the new moon, you're going to gear up for presentations or going out in the world or doing your big expression things where you're out reaching out to the public at the full moon. So essentially, whenever your cycle is, go inward, take time off. I literally block off my schedule. So I work with clients, I do healing work, I do readings, I do live events, I have a YouTube channel. And so I've found for my sanity, for my mental health, that if I block off a couple days before my cycle and maybe a couple days after, and I literally take that time to do things like maybe I need to edit video or I need to, catch up on structuring my business or writing people or crafting things, that's more internal work. Whereas after your cycle and your body begins to build up its energy, if you then take that energy and you begin to build your business, that is the best time for going out in the world and presenting, performing, and sharing your gift with the world. As your energy grows, becomes more external, so too it becomes easier to go out and present. So I hope that's helpful. I want to wish you all a beautiful, happy solstice, which is going to be coming up on the 21st. And on December 23rd is the new moon. So I send you all so much love, so much light. Just taking a moment to just say a quick prayer for humanity and for all beings. I know so many people are just really going through so much right now. And I just want to take a moment to send you my love, to send the love of this earth, to send the love of this light, and just say this prayer, set this intention that all beings on this earth be happy, that all beings on this earth be free, and just sending that pure love and light to you, to your loved ones, and to all beings on this earth through all directions of time and space. Please just remember that you are so loved, that your spirit is eternal, that the pure I am presence that is yourself is your true self, that everything is not truly real, it is illusion. It is very important to acknowledge what's coming up, to allow it, to feel it, to feel is to heal. So we must never push away what we're feeling. I mean, so many people in this love and light community, and myself included, for so long, never truly allowed myself to feel negative emotion. So if negative emotion is there, acknowledge it. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay to feel this negative emotion. It's okay. And know that you're loved. You're truly deeply loved, no matter what you're going through. And that to feel is to heal. Really, to feel is to heal. So, if you're going through a challenge, reach out for support. Express yourself. Allow your tears to come. Allow yourself to express yourself. And love whatever that is. Love it. Give it love. Give it support. And know that that will bring the healing. So you allow it. You sit with it. You cry, you scream, hit a pillow, you run, you stretch, you feel. This human spectrum of feeling, there's so many feelings. So just allow yourself to feel, to heal. We're all one. We're all connected. This beautiful web of life. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I'm grateful for you. Grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for this breath. I'm grateful for whatever is. because that connection, that human connection of love, that is what draws us together at the holidays, is real. It's real. The more we feel that, go into that and allow it, the more love comes and dawns onto this earth. So I so look forward to sharing more time and space with you all. I send you love and light. Happy solstice. Happy almost 2023. We made it. We're almost there. Love you all. Love you all. Aloha.